Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for class today. So today I've got a more gentle practice that is prenatal friendly. So the whole class start to finish is prenatal friendly, so no need for modifications. So in terms of things that you will need, if you have yoga blocks, great, you're welcome to use those. Otherwise, if you don't, you could easily use like a large mason jar, or I found this little box for a fan, my little Vornado that I used at my desk. You could use this instead of blocks as well, just something to elevate the hands if you wish. If you don't have blocks, you can get around without them. And then the other thing you'll need is some kind of strap. So today I'm going to be using a scarf from my closet. You could use a belt, a scarf, you could use a towel, a sweatshirt, so anything to make arms a little bit longer. And then finally, if you like a blanket, you're welcome to have a blanket underneath your seat as well. So we're going to start off in a comfortable seat. So just sitting however feels good to you. Allowing the eyes to soften or maybe to close completely. Feel yourself root down through the base of the spine as you grow long through the crown of the head. Allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Hands can rest on the legs, on belly or heart, at the sides, whatever you prefer. Begin to slow and steady the breath, just settling into body. Noticing sensations from head to toe. Feeling the breath steady as you breathe in and out through the nose. And noting connection between breath and body as you feel your belly and chest expand and contract. And then check in with the mind, the thoughts. If there are any thoughts, worries, or plans that aren't helpful, imagine kindly walking them off the mat. And then bring your awareness back to body, to breath, and to the connection between the two. Today's class we're going to be doing lots of accessible shoulder openers and front body opening to help counteract a lot of the curling in we've been doing while we're on our phones and computers. And then also thinking about our postpartum mamas, this is a great counter stretch for nursing. And then pregnant women as well, this is just a nice stretch to get into the front of the body without being too much of a stretch to belly. So think about that idea of opening the heart and making space in the shoulders. We'll take a full deep breath as a group. So take an inhale through the nose, filling belly, chest, all the way into the back. And then as you exhale, let it go out the mouth. Good. We're going to invite a little bit of movement side to side. So keep the eyes closed or soft and begin to just sway side to side. Imagine it starting at the base of the spine and slowly working up. And then allow the movement to slow, to steady, as you even out back at center. Okay. From here we're going to lean back enough where you can switch the crossing of the legs so the opposite leg comes in front. Staying low through the base of the spine as you lengthen through crown of head. Inhale, reach the arms wide and high. So palms face up as you lift the arms skyward. Maybe you look up as well. As you exhale, flip the palms to the floor. Slowly lower arms down. Drop the chin toward the chest. Inhale, flip the palms, reach the arms high and wide, maybe looking up as well. And then exhale, flip the palms, lower chin to chest. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, reach the arms wide and high, looking up. exhale, flip the palms, lower down. Good, one more, reaching arms wide and high. This time we're gonna hold here as we gaze up to the sky. Good, if it's comfortable, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up to the sky, and then pull the biceps back by the ears. Maybe you gaze up as well. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, release the hands, cactus the elbows wide, lift the heart to the sky. Inhale, reach the arms skyward, interlace the fingers the non-habitual way, so the opposite thumb on top, the way that feels weird. And then flip the palms to the sky once again, pulling biceps slightly back, gazing upward only if neck allows. Then on your next exhale, cactus elbows wide, lifting head and heart. And slowly release the arms to the sides. Inhale, reach the arms high and wide. Exhale, lower the right hand down, reach up and over with the left arm. So feel that left sit bone sink deep into the earth, and then roll that left shoulder slightly back. Maybe you take a little rotation with neck, shaking head side to side. Good. Inhale, come back to center, both arms lift. Exhale, lower the left hand down to the left side of the mat, reach up and over with the right arm, and then roll that right shoulder slightly back as you feel that right hip sink into earth. And you're welcome to shake head a bit side to side. We'll do that a few more times, a little faster. So inhale to center. Exhale, right hand lowers, reach up and over with the left. Inhale, both arms lift to center. Exhale, lower left hand down, reach up and over with right. Good, inhale to center. Exhale, lower to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale to the left. Good, one more like that. Inhale to center. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring both hands behind you, palms plant on the earth. Fingertips can be in toward the hips, out to the sides, or behind you, whatever you prefer. Roll the shoulders back, lift the head and the heart, so gazing up. Good, another full deep in-breath here. As you exhale, put a bend into the elbows. This might be really small, that's okay. Inhale, lift all the way back up. And then we're going to lean back enough where you can bring soles of the feet together, knees apart. And if your hips are tight, or if you need more space due to pregnancy, feel free to move your feet further forward away from the seat. Hands can be on the toes, the ankles, the shins, whatever is available. As you inhale, lift the knees. And exhale, lower them down. Good. Inhale, lift the knees. And exhale, lower. Good. A couple more like that at your own pace. This can be as slow or as quick as you enjoy. Good. One more like that. Then the next time the knees are lowered, we'll hold them here. You're going to take that right hand to the right shin. Inhale, reach the left arm out in front of you. Exhale, left arm opens to the side. Maybe you stop here. Otherwise, you're welcome to go further, reaching that left arm behind you. If you're pregnant, only twist from the bra strap area up, so navel stays toward the middle of the room. And then you're welcome to gaze in the direction of that left shoulder. If you're not pregnant, you're welcome to allow this rotation to twist a little bit more, slowly guiding the rest of the torso a bit further to the left. Inhale, reach that left arm back up and watch it slowly go all the way back to center. Release it down to left shin. Inhale to reach the right arm out. Exhale, allow the right arm to open to the side. And again, you're welcome to stop here at this halfway point, lowering fingertips down, Or perhaps you go a bit further, bringing the right hand behind you. Again, if you're pregnant, only twist from that upper part of the back, so belly button stays neutral toward the middle of the room. Or if you're not pregnant, you're welcome to invite a bit more rotation. Just making sure this still feels comfortable and stable. Inhale to reach that right arm back up, and exhale, allow it to move back to center. Okay. Take the hands to the outsides of the legs and slowly guide them in. Okay. Then if you're on a blanket, you're going to scoot the blanket off the mat. So scoot the blanket aside, and I'll show you this from the side. So keeping the knees bent, soles of the feet about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider if you're pregnant. And then if you're pregnant, walk the feet further away from you so that you've got ample space for baby between. If you're not pregnant, you can come a bit narrower. Root down into the mat through the tail, so through the base of the spine. So imagine using that anchor to really lift the head through the crown of the head and the heart. And then begin to lean back until you feel like you have to use your strength to keep the spine long. If you're pregnant, stay here. Hands are going to stay behind the thighs. So this is your modified boat pose. So still getting a little strengthening for the abs and the back in a way that's safe and accessible. If you're not pregnant and you'd like to go a little bit further, continue to root down through base of spine, and then maybe you reach the arms out in front of you, continuing to lengthen through the crown of the head. Good, we'll stay here just for a couple breaths. Slow and steady. Good, one more full deep inhale. And then on the exhale, lower the hands down. I'm going to swing the legs around. Take your time to come to hands and knees, so tabletop position. If you need extra cushioning under the knees, feel free to use your blanket. And if you're having any wrist discomfort like carpal tunnel, which is pretty common during pregnancy, a couple options. You can take your fingers under the mat and slide it back to create extra cushion. You can slide a blanket under there. You can also take your blocks and put them underneath the hands. Sometimes that extra height can really help. But we want to make sure that the wrists are under the shoulders and the knees are under the hips as you come to this neutral tabletop. Spreading through all 10 fingers if fingers are on the mat, relaxing tops of the feet to the earth. As you inhale, lower the belly, lifting head and tail, coming to a sway back. Feel free to soften into the elbows. Then exhale, press the floor away, round the spine, dropping chin to chest. Inhale to lower the belly, lifting head and tail, little sway back. And then exhale, round the spine. Good. Continue this flow at your own pace. This is our Vidalasana, cat-cow flow. So it flexes and extends the spine. And if you would like additional movement, maybe some barrel rolls with the chest, you're welcome to invite that at this time. Rotating in one direction and then the other. Continue this cycle of movement for 2 more rounds of breath. Then come back to stillness. As you inhale, reach the right leg behind you, pressing the toes onto the earth. So keep the foot grounded. Lengthen through crown of head, and first just enjoy that calf muscle stretch. Maybe you stay here. Or maybe you lift that right leg off the earth. Challenging balance a little bit more. And if that right hip is elevated higher than the left, drop it down a little bit in space. So it's going to be harder. That's okay. Maybe you focus on just the lower body. Otherwise, the left fingertips can walk in front of you and either stay on the mat, or you can lift them up, keeping shoulders and hips in one line. Neutral eye gaze down and out in front of you. Good. 2 more breaths. Good. Then slowly lower that left hand and right knee down to the earth. Okay. I'm going to mirror you now. So from here, we're going to press the left hand into the mat. As you inhale, reach the right arm out to the side and then up to the sky. So if you're pregnant, again, only twisting from bra strap area up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, halfway thread the needle. So sliding that right hand just halfway under the left armpit. And then inhale, reach the right arm to the sky again. Good. Exhale, little twist, just pausing halfway. And inhale, reach right arm up. Exhale, little twist. Inhale, come back up. This time, exhale, thread the needle to your level of comfort. So maybe you stop halfway. So that would keep the elbow under the shoulder. Otherwise, you're welcome to go a bit further until right shoulder, right side of face touch the earth. And then you can either reach the left fingertips in front of you or wrap them behind the low back. So I'll show you what this looks like from the side as well. Another full deep breath. Then walk the left hand back under left shoulder, press into the mat, reach the right arm all the way up. And then exhale to lower the right hand down. Curl the toes under, slowly walk the hands up the legs and grab your strap. So keeping your strap nearby. If you've got a really long scarf, like I do, fold it in half. Okay. Option 1, you can sit on top of the heels. So if the toes are curled under, maybe you sit on top of the heels. This is going to be a big stretch for the back of the feet. So if it's too much, you can lift up or untuck the toes at any time. Okay. So taking your strap, we want it a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. As you inhale, reach the strap up and overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to drop it behind you. And actually, I need more space. Because we want to see if you can keep the arms straight as you lower the arms behind you. Good. Inhale, reach the strap up and overhead. And then exhale, lower strap in front of the body. Inhale, reach the strap up and overhead. And exhale, bring it behind you. Good. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower in front. One more like that. Inhale, strap up and overhead. And then exhale, strap comes behind you. We're going to hold here. So breathing into the front of the body and the shoulders. Enjoying that expansion through the chest. Good. Inhale, reach the strap up and over. Release it down. Come back to your tabletop position. So if your toes were curled, go ahead and uncurl them, give them a little tap on the floor. Okay. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, reach left leg behind you. First, just extending the leg and keeping the toes on the earth. So enjoy that stretch. Option 1, leg can stay on the floor. Otherwise, you can lift it off the earth, trying to keep the hips in one line. So again, you may need to drop that left hip slightly in space. Maybe you stay here, or maybe the right fingertips walk out in front of you, so that asymmetry is going to create a little bit more challenge for core and back. You can also go a bit further, lifting the arm off the earth, keeping the eye gaze straight ahead, just neutral down ahead of you on the floor. This is a great way to strengthen the core and the back that's accessible through pregnancy, great for postpartum, and great for, frankly, anybody. And one more full deep breath. Then lower that right hand and left knee to the earth. Pressing into the mat with that right hand. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Good. Again, pregnant, this is only going to be twisting from upper part of the body. So belly button toward the ground. Good. Exhale, just halfway thread. So hover halfway so forearm floats above the earth. Inhale, pressing into the mat with right hand, left arm lifts. Exhale, little twist and hover. 2 more like that. Inhale, rise. Exhale, little twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale to hover. Inhale, lift that left arm high. This time we're going to thread to your level of comfort. So exhale, take that left hand. You can stop halfway. So elbows beneath the shoulder, or you can reach it further until left shoulder, left side of face touch the earth.
And again, for pregnancy, this isn't twisting across the abdomen, so this is perfectly fine to do while pregnant. That right hand can stay where it is, or you can reach out in front of you. Let another full deep breath here. Then slowly walk that right hand back under the shoulder, press into the mat with right hand as you inhale, left arm all the way up. And exhale, lower that left hand down. Keep the hips over the knees, walk the arms out in front of you until the forehead or chin touch the earth. Puppy dog pose. Focusing on that expansion in the chest and in the shoulders. A full deep inhale through the nose and exhale to let it go. Slowly rise up enough where you can bring the hands back under the shoulders. And we're going to do another round of cat-cow. So inhale to lower the belly, lift the head and the tail. And then exhale, round the spine, pressing floor away. And slowly come back to neutral tabletop. As you exhale, option 1, hands go back out in front of you, so puppy dog pose. Option 2, come to child's pose. These can be wide or together unless you're pregnant. Hips back toward the heels, forehead to earth. Or option 3, join me for downward facing dog. So from tabletop position, hands walk a full handprint past the shoulders, fingers play nice and wide, curl toes under, send hips back, coming to an upside down V. So if you're pregnant, feet are going to be pretty wide to leave enough room for baby. For the rest of you, about hip bone distance is great. Feel free to pedal out the feet, bend and straighten the knees, maybe nod head yes, shake head no, wiggle the tail, whatever feels good to you. Good, then come to stillness, just pressing the backs of the thighs toward the back of the room. Feel the triceps wrap in, eye gaze either between the feet or maybe even up between the thighs. 2 more breaths in whatever pose you're in. Then slowly lower the knees to the earth. Okay. From here, we're going to grab onto our blocks, or your box, or your mason jar, or whatever you have to give you a little bit of help today. And we're going to get ready for our low lunge. You can also do this without any support. Feel free to watch this first. So you're going to take your blocks, you're going to move them all the way off to the left side of the mat. You're going to keep the left knee under the left hip, and then bring the right foot out to the right side of the mat. Okay, so you want to make sure the right knee is on top of the ankle. So looking at this from the side, you've got right knee over the ankle track between first and second toe. Back knee is still bent. You're welcome to slide a blanket underneath that back knee, but you can also use your mat and fold it under. And I'll stop mirroring you since I'm facing this way. All right, so hands to the blocks. Otherwise, again, if you have the space, the floor is fine, or you can use any other support. Okay. Take a couple breaths here. First, just enjoy this hip stretch for what it is. Good. Then option 1, hands stay on the supports. Option 2, hands can walk up to the thigh. Maybe the hands come to heart. Or if you have the space and the energy, you're welcome to reach the arms to the sky. Good, slow, steady breath. Good, we're going to take a little bit of movement for the shoulders. So as you inhale, press the palms together, bend the elbows so the hands come behind the head. Then exhale, reach the elbows wide as hands come to heart. We'll do that a few more times. If that's too much, you can always keep the hands at heart or lower to the blocks to the inside of that right foot at any time. So follow me if you'd like. Inhale, reach arms up and overhead, bend elbows, hands behind. Exhale, elbows wide, hands come together. Inhale the arms up and over, feeling that stretch in shoulders and chest. And then exhale, hands come to touch. One more like that. Inhale, arms up and over, elbows bend. Exhale, elbows come wide, hands to heart. Good, full deep inhale here. And exhale to let it go. Good, slowly we're gonna lower the hands to the blocks. I'm gonna go back to mirroring you. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So keeping that left knee underneath the left hip, slowly take that right foot and walk it out toward the right. So walk it off to the side. So now you've got that right heel to the inside of that left knee. And we want a nice 90-degree bend underneath that right knee. Hands are welcome to stay to blocks. If it's accessible, they can come to hips. Good. Neutral tailbone down to the ground. Staying tall through the crown of the head. If it feels comfortable and stable, see if you can reach the arms to the sky. Good, a full deep inhale here. And exhale to let it go. Good. Then take the right hand and either lower it to the right thigh, or you can bend into the right elbow, bring right forearm to right thigh as you reach up and over with the left arm. Good, so feeling this side bend in the shoulders and all the way through the sides, maybe to even the outside of that left leg. You can look straight ahead. Maybe you turn and gaze up to the sky, or down at that right foot is a fine option as well. So see if you're dumping all your weight into that right leg and see if you can use a little strength to lift up and away. Good. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to hips. I'm going to take a little turn of that right foot and lengthen the right leg. So now the toes face toward the front of the room, sealing through the outer edge of that right leg. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and tall. As you exhale, take the right hand, grab the left wrist, and then lean over to the right. Good, another full deep breath here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring the hands to hips. Good. Take your time. Hands can either stay to hips or come to the blocks as you guide that right knee underneath the right hip. So coming just to a high kneel. I'm going to roll out the wrist a couple times in one direction and then change directions. Good. Then inhale, sweep the arms high and wide. And then exhale, cactus the elbows wide, shine the heart upward. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus the elbows wide, lifting head and heart. One more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus the elbows wide. Good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, slowly lower the hands to the floor, returning to your hands and knees pose. Inhale to lower the belly, lifting head and tail. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, walk either out to puppy dog pose or to downward facing dog. So again, from tabletop, hands walk in front of you, curling toes under, sending hips back. Feet might be extra wide if you're pregnant. Good, a couple breaths here. One more full deep breath. Take your time to slowly lower the knees to the ground, coming to your tabletop position. Okay. Taking your blocks or your supports, if they're needed, at the highest setting, we're going to walk the blocks off to the right side of the mat. And then pull the left foot forward. Okay. So this way we've got ample space if you're pregnant. And if you're not pregnant, you get a great stretch for the hips. Back toes can be curled or uncurled, up to you. Hands are welcome to stay to blocks. We want to make sure that that left knee is over the ankle, track between first and second toe. Okay. So you can either keep the hands on blocks, maybe they slowly walk up the left thigh. They can come to heart. Or if you have the space, you're welcome to reach them up to the sky. Good, so again, we've got that option for that little shoulder flow. You're welcome to skip and bring hands to heart or lower them down at any time. Inhale, press palms together, bend the elbows, hands behind the head. Exhale, elbows come wide, hands to heart. Inhale, the arms up and over. Exhale, elbows wide, hands to touch. Good. Inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, elbows wide, palms touch. One more like that. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, elbows wide, palms touch. Good. Full deep breath here. Good. We're slowly going to lower the hands to the floor. Otherwise, they can also stay at hips. And we're going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to see if you can bring that left foot out toward the left. So you want to make sure the left knee and left toes are tracked in the same direction. Nice 90-degree bend underneath that left knee. Okay. Again, hands are welcome to stay low. Maybe they come to the hips. They can also come to heart or to reach up to the sky. You want to make sure you've got a neutral tailbone down to the ground. Take an inhale here. Exhale, either lower the left hand or bend into left elbow, lower left forearm to the left thigh as you reach up and over with the right arm. Good. Again, you can look straight ahead. Maybe you gaze up to the sky or down at the left foot, whatever is available to you. If you're dumping your weight into that left leg or that left arm, see if you can use your strength to lift up a little bit. Next, inhale, come up, and then lower the hands to the hips. You're also welcome to lower them to the floor of the blocks as we take a quarter turn with that left foot, so left toes face toward the front of the room. Seal through the outer edge of that left foot. Good. Continue that neutral tailbone down as you lift the arms up to the sky. Good, and inhale here, and then if you can, exhale, take that left hand to grab right wrist, lean over to the left. Good, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower the hands to hips first if you need, then hands come to blocks. We're going to guide that left knee underneath the left hip. And then we're slowly going to come to a comfortable kneel. So again, option one, you can sit just directly on the heels, toes can be under. If it's comfortable, you can curl the toes under. You're also welcome to slide a blanket underneath the knees. And then final option, if you've got a block or two and you'd like to come to hero's pose, you can bring the knees together, feet a little bit wider, and then slide the block underneath the seat. Okay, so just an option. Otherwise, if kneeling, no matter how you slice it, isn't comfortable, come to any other comfortable seat. Okay, we're going to come back to our strap. And if you've got something long like this, for real this time, you're going to fold it in half. Okay. You're going to take your right arm with the strap, reach it tall, exhale, bend into the elbow, drop the strap behind you. Then take that left arm, reach it behind, and reach for the right fingertips. So from behind, this is what it looks like. You'd be reaching in the direction of the fingers. And if the fingers don't touch, that's why we've got the strap, to make the difference. Good, a couple of slow, steady breaths here.
here we're going to move into a slightly different stretch. So keep the hands on your strap. Now you're going to take that left hand and walk it a little lower down the strap, so you can see where mine is, and then pull it back behind you. So straightening into that left arm. Good, another breath here. And slowly release the grip on the strap. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring the strap into that left hand this time. Reach the arm up and bend into the elbow, dropping strap behind you. Take the right hand, reach around the back, reaching the direction of the left fingertips. Now side to side might be really dramatically different. That's okay. Notice, try not to fixate. Just grab whatever's available to you, whether that's your fingertips, your strap, maybe your shirt. Slow, steady breath. Good, then we're going to come into that variation of this stretch. So you're going to keep that left hand just as it is. Take the right hand, walk it down the strap. Keep the low ribs curled in just a little bit. And then take the right arm, reach back behind you. Good, one more full deep breath. Then release the strap all the way down to the side. Come back to hands and knees. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. As you inhale, lower the belly, lift head and tail, coming to a sway back. Then exhale, round the spine, press the floor away. Good. Inhale, come back to neutral. Either come back to your puppy dog pose, to child's pose, or downward facing dog. So just one more down dog. Again, taking a couple breaths here or a little bit of movement. And then we'll take a few breaths in stillness. Good, then lower the knees to the earth. Come into child's pose. So you might bring your knees wide if you're pregnant. Others, they're welcome to stay close if you're not. Either way, big toes touch, hips come back toward the heels, lower the forehead toward the earth. If you don't have enough space, you're welcome to slide a block beneath the forehead, a blanket. Otherwise, you can stack hands or stacked fists. Feel the breath slow and steady. As you breathe into the space in the back, keeping the face and the jaw soft. Good, another full deep inhale, and then exhale, sigh, release into the mat. Slowly walk the hands back in toward the knees and come back around onto your seat. So just a comfortable seat, however feels good to you. Okay, we'll do a couple just neutral shoulder rolls, so rolling in one direction a few times. And then change directions. Then come back to stillness. Just release the arms to the sides, and as you exhale, drop chin to chest. Keeping the fingertips at the sides. As you inhale, roll the right ear over to your right shoulder. If this is too much, walk the fingertips toward the hips. If you'd like more, walk the fingertips away from the hips. Good. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Next, inhale, roll the left ear over to the left shoulder. And hold here.
Fingertips walking further if you'd like more sensation, and walking closer if you'd like less. Then exhale, chin to chest. And we'll do that one more time on either side. So inhale, rolling right ear over to right shoulder. And then exhale, chin to chest. Next, inhale, left ear over to left shoulder. And then slowly guide chin to chest. Good. Take your time to lift the head. Stay on the seat. Lengthen the legs out in front of you like a V. And you're welcome to slide that blanket behind you if you haven't already, so underneath the seat. So start off by just rooting down through the seat, lengthening through crown of head. Good. Inhale to reach the arms tall. And then exhale, slowly bring the hands behind you, just coming up onto the fingertips. Staying engaged through the legs, toes toward the face. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, just little hinge forward. If you have the space and you'd like to go further, you're welcome to walk the fingertips in front of you. You can also use a support like a block and walk the block in front of you to stay a bit taller. Staying long through the spine, lengthening through crown of head as you continue to hinge forward, allowing pelvis to move with you. Then slowly walk the hands back in toward the hips if they aren't already. Keep legs as they are. Once again, walk hands behind you. Plant the palms to the earth. Roll the shoulders back. Lift head and heart. It's a little front body stretch. Good. One more in-breath here. And exhale to release. Good. Slowly come back to center. Release the legs into a comfortable seat, however you prefer. Taking one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Soften or close the eyes. Take a full deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release out the mouth. From here, make your way into your Shavasana, your resting posture. So lots of options. Typically, you lay flat on the back, feet flopping open, arms at either side, palms face up. Okay. If this is not comfortable and stable, you're welcome to stay in a seat, just as you are. Otherwise, if you're pregnant, you might want to come onto your side. So laying on whatever side was suggested by your provider. You can use a blanket under the head or underneath belly. You're also welcome to take a blanket, fold it over, bring it the length of the knees to the ankles. And then maybe you use your arm underneath the head and your other arm for support. So coming into your Shavasana, your relaxation posture, allow the eyes to close. Feel your breath slow and steady, and the heart rate steady as well. These beautiful life-sustaining rhythms. Feel the muscles of the body ease from head down to the toes. Feel the bones weigh heavy into the earth, supported. Take this time to thank yourself for making this space for your body, your mind, and your practice today.
stay here as long as you would like or are able. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.